Belmo is back. The world's greatest. Jason Belmonte has returned, and he's ready to add another major to his already record-breaking total. But Belmo hasn't won on the PBA Tour in over a year. And today, he could face one of his most formidable opponents, Masters champ Jakob Butruff. It's the West Region Finals of the PBA Players Championship next. We welcome you to night 3 of FS1's coverage of the PBA Players Championship. We are inside Bowlero Euless. Beautiful crowd on hand tonight here in Texas as we get set to crown our West Region champ. We began Saturday with 25 elite athletes all hunting to get to Saturday night's National Players Championship show. These are the 4 still in the hunt. Tonight, though, it's all about the West Region, and here are the 5 vying for that 5th and final spot in Saturday's show. Cortez Schenck makes his TV debut. Who does he go up against? The legend, Jason Belmonte. Your number 1 seed is Jakob Butruff. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson here with you. Let's flash back, shall we, to the year 2020. It was a simpler time, right? We all looked younger. We looked healthier as well. And Jason Belmonte, he cemented himself right there in that Mount Rushmore of pro bowling's elite.
Yeah.
Right? Won 2 majors, got himself the Super Slam, another Player of the Year honor. Since then, crickets.
Yeah.
But he's back now, and he sounds to be back to the old Belmo.
Yeah, he's really recommitted and focused, and we heard that on our conference calls with him. But after a 10-month hiatus, he is indeed back. The winningest player, like you said, Rob, in major championship history. And of his 25 wins, more than half of those are major championship victories. And the struggles were real last year. But, you know, for the first time he went out without a win. This was his last win, the Chameleon Championship. The last time he didn't win in a season was 2016. You know, we're so excited to have him back. I know the fans are excited to have him back. I'm not sure the players are.
And understandably so,
Yeah.
right? But one guy who's not afraid, not intimidated of Jason Belmonte, is the guy who's sitting in that 1 hole, Jakob Butruff.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the two have history in major championships. They've gone at each other quite a few times. Jacob's last win, however, the 2019 Masters.
Yep, so both of them trying to get themselves out of a drought.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Stepladder final for tonight's West Region. We begin with Jason Belmonte in match number 1. Jake Peters, what a heart-wrenching story it is for Jake Peters. More on that coming up later. And there's Jakob Butruff in your 1 hole. But the story right now, coming into this match, coming into tonight's coverage, it's all about Belmo, and he is standing by with our Kimberly Pressler.
That's right, Rob. He is back. So, Jason, you have gotten us to expect great things from you every single time you step out in this lane. So, it was a little weird that last year was not like that. It was very un-Belmo-like. So, what do you got to do to get back in that winner's circle?
Yeah, I put the same expectations on myself every season. So last year was, it was a kick to the stomach for sure. But you can either walk away from it and just kind of kick the rock down the road and complain, or you can motivate yourself. And, you know, this 2022 season, I feel as motivated as I ever have, maybe equal to that of my rookie season. So I'm really excited to be back here, and I got to bowl good. Speaking of your rookie season, you actually told us in pre-show interviews that you were actually just as nervous like you were in your rookie season to get back out on the lanes. Yeah, I mean, over 10 months since I've been here in the US, and to bowl on a pair of lanes with TV, it brings back a lot of those rookie season nerves. And that's great because I feel alive. I feel like this means something to me still. I bloody love this game so much, and the way I'm feeling today is evidence of that. So I'm going to give this young rook a good showing today, I hope, and we should have a really good match. We'll let you get to it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Give this young rook a good showing.
Right. Did you miss him?
I did. 100% I did. Here's the odds to win the West Region, but 70% of the money is on Belmonte outright, and he is a heavy favorite heading into match number 1. Those odds courtesy of our great partners at Fox Bets.
He rolls out a B3 performance in Tempe, Arizona. This is Cortez Schenck.
Just 22 years old, making his first television appearance.
This is his first PBA Tour event as a member, and here he is in the Western Final. Good start, kid.
I thought he was supposed to be nervous.
Well, Belmo hasn't shot yet.
Bowling out of Orange, 10-pin bowl, Orange, New South Wales, Australia, the all-time PBA major titles leader, Jason Belmonte.
Let's see how those nerves are for the reborn rook. He slows the tempo down immediately.
Urethane ball, the pitch black on the right lane. Not sure what he's using on the left lane. And we'll get to the oil pattern in a minute.
Yep, 2 different oil patterns.
It's kind of rude.
I'd say so.
It's not the way you welcome back a friend, is it?
No.
I mean, don't you kind of open arms, kind of
roll out
greeting?
the red carpet, the blue oil, whatever it is for him.
That form hasn't changed any.
Did you expect it to?
No. His last win coming on the Chameleon, or coming at the Chameleon Championship, which is the pattern on that right lane. Jason chooses to finish the match on the left lane.
And the early storyline through our last couple days of coverage, that right lane, nasty, gnarly, early. And then started becoming a little more comfortable, a little more high scoring for the players. Belmo on the left lane. First strike at 2022.
All righty.
Well, he wasn't the first to bring that style over, but he sure pioneered it, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Cortez. Back-to-back jacks for the rook. 19.1 miles per hour.
What a gorgeous shot here by the young man. He is using the same ball on both lanes. I don't know if his arsenal came up yet, but that's the Idol Helios. And that's the blue oil around the bowling ball.
Just dropped a triple on the legend.
Yeah, like it was nothing. Show some respect, man.
Hey, this is one of the themes we've seen. We're going to talk about the oil here as well. And again, those 2 different oil patterns. On the left, it's the dragon. On the right, it's the chameleon.
Yeah, and so take a look at the break point down lane. Obviously, the one on the right lane is going to be a little bit farther down, but you can attack this one a couple of different ways that way and keep this one in front of you.
Belmo in the third. Left the 4. And Jason now chasing his second 9 spare. Strike in between.
Drifting high, leaving just the 4.
Those spare stats you just saw there, calculated by our partners at Lane Talk.
Excuse me, Don, can I grab a re-rack, please?
And an early re-rack from Belmo.
He might be trying to change up the rhythm a bit. His opponent got off a pretty good start.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. We were watching the warm-ups, you know, probably 30, 45 before the show. And all 5 guys out there, very gregarious, chatty, talking, having fun. And again, you know, there's some young kids out there with Wesley and Cortez here. And Jason just seemed to kind of be fitting in with the young kids.
Yeah.
Right? Hello, young people.
It's kind of like being at a PGA Tour event and hanging out with Tiger.
Right? But I think he made them comfortable, maybe too comfortable. He had the look. Little rock set. He had the look right there on that one. So 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike for Belmo as he takes a seat. Cortez got himself a little opening three-bagger. He's on the verge of making me scream.
See the average there. The West region by far the lowest scoring of the regions.
Left the 10 pin.
Yeah, every shot makes somebody happy, and that made Belmonte happy.
Who said that?
I did.
That quote is you?
Just go with it.
Okay.
I don't know who said
I
that.
just saw that this week.
Really?
Somebody said that. Yeah, somebody sent me that or wrote it down. You wrote it down, didn't you? Who said that? Barney. Chris Barnes said that. Barnes is in the house, by the way.
It's not his.
Schenck to drop the 10 pin. So this is encouraging. We've seen a lot of one-pin spare conversions missed over the last couple days, particularly last night. No such misses here today. Everybody clean. First spare for Cortez, bowling in his first PBA Tour event as a member, just 22 years old. Get up. Double wood. You heard him say, get up. That one seemed a little slower than what he had been throwing.
It looked a little wide as well.
We talked to Jakob Butruff about Cortez Schenck, and he said the young kid who's going to make an impact this year on the tour is that one, Cortez. U.S. Amateur champ in 2018, was third at the U.S. Amateur in 2017. Brings that one up. You know, we've seen double wood chopped and some open frames. So again, Cortez just filling frames. 3 straight strikes, now 2 straight spares. Belmo looking for his first pair of strikes for the 6-time PBA Player of the Year.
This could get real interesting here with these next 2 shots.
Lead change.
That's pretty much perfect. I don't have a lot to say about that.
It's good analysis, Peterson.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, like Coach Mark Baker says, you want to strike, split the 8-9 in half, and that's exactly what he did. Ball pretty much went right between the 2.
Mark Baker, is he just like the Zen-like figure in the coaching world?
Yeah, he pretty much is.
I mean,
it's, it's him, it's Jazz now. It's you know, you've got Del Warren and the coaches at the Kegel Training Center in Lake Wales, Florida. But yeah, you could probably put all those guys in one group and
3 in a row.
Beautiful. I think Coach Baker does work with more professionals than anybody else.
So our first break of the night, and Jason Belmonte has reclaimed the lead, but the young kid, Cortez, we're going to hear his backstory from Kimberly when we return. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Get cash out of your home's equity with a cash out refi from Guaranteed Rate. Learn more at rate.com. We welcome you back to Bowlero Euless. Here are your current Kia playoff standings entering tonight of the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. Players earn points throughout the season. Top 16 advance to compete in the Kia PBA playoffs, which start in April. Wesley Lowe Jr. tied for 15th. We'll see him coming up momentarily. He is your 3 seed here in the West region. Your 5 seed is that young man stepping up right now, Cortez Schenck, and Kimberly's going to fill you in on his details right after this shot. Cortez has had the lead for a majority of this one. He is now down by just 3, though.
Oh, gosh.
Didn't like it. Way right at target, but curls on in and gets a strike. Kimberly, fill us in on who this young man is.
Well, Rob, this might be Cortez's rookie year, but he's been bowling most of his life. In fact, when he was 10, he was on the Junior Bowlers Tour where he met and became quick friends with another guy in this telecast, Wesley Lowe. To this day, they're still good friends who live near each other and even work out together regularly. Now, Wesley told me having Cortez on the show is like JBT all over again. And Cortez says, I really hope I make it to the match against Wesley because that'll be amazing to go up against him on TV.
Part of the amazing part would be he would have defeated Jason Belmonte to get there. Schenck has taken the lead. Mom, I'm being told that's his mom. I'm not buying that. I'm pretty sure that's just like his sister. That is Tez's mom, Fawn.
No way.
Apparently.
Not buying that.
No.
I was born, but it wasn't yesterday.
Right.
I think you're kidding, pal.
Belmo to retake the lead here in the 7th. Working on 3 in a row. Whoa! Messenger went behind the 10.
So prior to that shot, on the right lane, Belmonte has been within a half a board. That's a half an inch of his target at the arrows. On the left lane, he's been within a third of an inch of his target with every shot on the left lane.
However,
prior to the last shot on the right lane for Schenck, he was actually more accurate.
crazy.
Yeah.
More accurate than a half inch.
Yeah, and then that shot was an errant shot on the right lane for him. He missed by a board. But can you believe the accuracy of these two players? It's incredible.
So Belmo has lost the lead. He's now down 8. We begin the 8th. He can max out with a 249. He's on that right lane where he's on the left lane now where he is a perfect 3 for 3. Back on the strike train goes Belmo. Do you remember when Belmo did that little strike out of the NASCAR car or on the track?
He was on the track.
Right. We should get him out to the Coliseum, February 6th.
Chucking bowling balls out of NASCARs.
Right?
I love it.
Los Angeles Coliseum, very first Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum Sunday, February 6th, only on Fox.
Big shot here.
Didn't like it. Way right of target.
Yeah, way right. That's about 5 right of the last shot he threw on that lane.
We're talking about the precision he had on that plane,
Yeah,
and he's lost it all of a sudden.
It's like the curse of Bo Burton. Lives vicariously through me. So, like, you know, Bo would say, man, this guy's a great spare shooter, and get him to spare. And I've carried on the tradition.
The announcer jinx.
Yes.
It's real, man.
Absolutely.
It's real. And they are phenomenal.
Great cover.
Yeah,
Great
really
cover,
was.
kid.
Really was.
You know what that is, don't you?
I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's your spare of the game. Brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
I mean, that's absolutely perfect. Catch the left side of the head pin. The ball deflects off into the 4 and the 7.
He needed it. Up 5. Working on a spare.
Oh, late drop of the 10.
Oh, my goodness.
The smirk tells it all.
You can see inside a target. He gets away with it.
And he's laughing.
Little trip 4-7-10 right there.
So he can max out with a 244. Belmo can max at a 249.
Yeah. If Belmonte doesn't strike on this ball, he can be shut out.
Make it a double.
Man, that ball went through the pins pretty hard. That balance. You always can tell when Belmo's on his game is when his balance is really good.
How's your balance these days?
Not great.
Yeah. I've noticed the last couple days. 2 strikes and 6 to shut out Cortez. Belmo's on that left lane.
There has been nothing but strikes on that left lane for Belmo.
My goodness.
John, can I please take my second rewrite? Thank you.
Love it.
Very polite.
Love what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, and the politeness is not a nice touch. You know who else is really polite in asking for a re-rack? Francois Lavoie.
He's polite in everything he does.
Right. I mean, he always can I get a re-rack, please?
Yeah.
You know,
These
some of our guys
goes a long way.
Some of our guys get a little jacked, and you know, they'll just re-rack. You know.
Yeah, and yeah, the vet is like, hey kid, sit and keep sitting and watch me shut you out here. Close this one down. Strike and 6 will do it for Belmo.
Are you kidding me?
Terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like it. That you could see it was just a little right. Just a hair right. Ball pushes just another two feet down the lane, and Belmonte with that mixing 10-pin.
All righty.
So this for a 238.
It'll force Schenck to double in the 10th.
Got it. He takes a seat.
All right, rookie, let's see what you got.
All righty, mate. John, good.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong for Belmo.
Did Cortez just ask for a re-rack?
He did. Which again makes him wait that much longer.
Correct.
For that next shot.
That's why I was softly confused. Sometimes, obviously, you don't like the rack that comes down. I get it. Mom Fawn watching. 2 strikes and 5 for the win. And it's over. Tough break, kid.
Wow.
Heck of a run, though.
What a great game he bowled.
No shame losing to Jason Belmonte.
No.
0.0% shame losing to him.
Hey, do you remember your first TV show?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I bowled against Jason Belmonte, and I almost won. That's what he's thinking right now, right, Schenck?
We'll forget it. That's all right. It was over, kid. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Congratulations again.
So Belmo, your 4 seed, moves on. Got those TV nerves out of the way, maybe. Cortez Schenck had the lead early, but couldn't close out Belmo in the 10th. Needed 2, couldn't get 1. Belmo moves on, and we've got some news from Sean Rash next. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson back here with you yesterday here at the PBA Players Championship. We had the Southwest in the Midwest. Here's your highlights from the Southwest final. It was your 2 seed, the Mexican International, Arturo Quintero, vamos, winning the Southwest.
He was amazing, man. This 43-year-old has got a lot of game, and he proved it yesterday.
Great energy. And then earlier in the day, it was the Midwest. Sean Rash, your number 1 seed, and Sean had himself an interesting afternoon, to put it mildly.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Thought he had lost it, awfully frustrated, had a bit of an outburst.
We all thought he lost it.
Yeah.
Everybody in the building.
And Matthew Rousseau, though, could not clean that one up. And Sean Rash on his dad's birthday ends up as your winner in the Midwest. But we talked about that outburst he had, and the commissioner, Tom Clark, handed down a ruling today. And Tom loves Sean Rash. Longtime fan of his, but was really upset. And a lot of people in the bowling community were as well. Sean Rash fined an undisclosed amount, placed on 1-year probation. He will be suspended from 1 PBA National Tour event in February for conduct unbecoming a professional. And you read that and you hear about the punishment that was levied to him. And I see you're kind of going back and forth. And I think a lot of people in the bowling community are doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's harsh enough. Because of what Sean said and what he was kind of trying to basically
insinuate?
Yeah, he was trying to insinuate something that I think was pretty serious. And you know, Tom Clark struggled with it mightily because he's known Sean for 17 years. And like you said, he's very fond of Sean, and so he wrestled with that. And you know, the hard part is there's not a lot of tournaments for these players, and this is their livelihood. But you still have to uphold the integrity of the game.
So Sean was questioning the use of a certain bowling ball.
Yes, he's always had an issue with urethane bowling balls, and he doesn't. He feels they shouldn't be out here.
Okay.
They shouldn't be used out here.
It is legal.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
100% legal.
Yep.
Calling in to question, you know, really the legitimacy of the tour and of these games, and
Right.
because of that, you know, a lot of people are upset with a guy that we really do like.
Yeah.
Sean Rash. But it was interesting. We were talking to Commissioner Tom Clark about this earlier, and you know, whenever you're handing down punishment like this, there's going to be a faction that says too hard, and another one that says too soft. And
Sure.
maybe that's kind of what you need if everybody's not quite happy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should have got Pete Weber on the phone. You know, I mean, he'd been suspended for a long time for some stuff that maybe wasn't as severe.
All right. Well, we will see Sean Rash next Saturday, though.
Yeah.
He is still going to be here for the PBA Players Championship as your Midwest region winner.
Yeah.
Still more bowling coming from your 4 seed, Sean Rash. Sean Rash taking on Wesley Lowe, and there are your odds. And Wesley plus 350. Find out with us if those odds hold up. Qualifying for tonight's West Region Finals took place a little over a week ago in California at Bowlero Cerritos, and one of those competing, none other than that man, LA Dodgers all-star outfielder, avid bowler, Mookie Betts. 2 days and 28 games of bowling, Mookie finished a respectable 30th out of the 64 PBA members that did participate. But the competition, it was anything but a walk in the ballpark for the two-time World Series champ.
I think I was more nervous here than like Game 7 of the World Series, or Game 6 of the World Series, should I say? Like I was pretty nervous here, but I forgot how mentally exhausting this is, and then physically as well. I mean, 28 games in 2 days. I mean, that's a lot. You know, it is what it is. I just forgot how hard it is. You know, it's been a little while since I've been out here, and you know, bowling in league, you know, you think you'll be fine, but out here is a different animal.
Oh, plenty of PBA notables in Cerritos for qualifying, including that man, your 2021 Cheetah champ, Sam Cooley. Two-time major champ, Anthony Simonson, finished 7th. New PBA titleist Darren Tang on hand as well. He finished in 11th. Marshall Kent, just above him, in 10th. I'm loving these next 2 shots. Our good friend PJ Haggerty. What's up, PJ? Nice conversion here. Haggerty finished 17th. And how about this? We had a maximum bob sighting. Look at, yeah, he's there. That's it. Your 2000 U.S. Open champ, Robert Smith. So good to see. Maximum bob. And you remember the mechanic, Chris Kelso, the relative unknown who nearly made the 2021 Players Championship National Final. A little harder time this year. He finished 36th in the West. And you just saw the top 5 visually. Here they are on our graphics. Here's your top 10 overall. Cortez, Schenck eliminated. Fell to Belmo 238-212.
Hi, Wesley. Play well, Matt.
Belmo will start first on the left lane. Perfect until the 10th on that left lane. Had a strike and then a 9 spare. That's his 5th 9 spare of the evening. 4 in the first match, 1 right there.
Rolling out of B3 Performance in Tempe, Arizona, Wesley Lowe Jr.
All right, Wesley. You know this cat.
I do. I've known Wesley since he was like 4 or 5 years old, and I have proof.
We will show that proof a little bit later as you take a look at his arsenal.
Yeah, he's using the blue tank. Oh my goodness.
Get down, you devil! Nice.
Our first of 2 southpaws on the telecast tonight. Tournament leader, Jakob Butruff. This kid knows how to bowl. He's been doing it for a long time.
Who is the smiling face on the back of his jersey? You see that, giving a thumbs up?
Yeah, that's Dick Allen.
Is it?
There's a story about it. Yeah, she's Kimberly.
It's Dick Allen.
Kimberly's got a story on that in a bit.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh my God, my night is made. Wesley
Look
Lowe
at
just
that.
shot up into Rob Stone's top 10. All right, Kimberly, you got to tell me the story.
Well, guys, I know you're wondering why Dick Allen is on the back of his jersey, and I have the scoop, like Randy said. So Motive has a running joke that at every major, the highest finishing athlete at that tournament gets to design a jersey for the lowest ranking athlete the following year. Well, you may have guessed it that Dick Allen was the highest at last year's Players' Championship, and Wesley was the lowest. But get this, if Wesley wins this match, he gets to design a jersey for E.J. Tackett for next year. And E.J. has never been on the receiving end of one of those jerseys.
I hope he puts Dick Allen on that jersey again, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't get enough of Dick Allen, especially on a jersey.
Dick, I hope you're watching right now.
So Dick, he designs that jersey.
I want that jersey.
He designs that jersey. Here, Wesley, here's your jersey. There's a picture of him on it.
So great. Oh, it's like one of those fantasy football things, right? You come and laugh. Like my son got his, he got
to shave his head.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
They enlisted him in the military while I was out of town.
goodness.
He's got a complete buzz cut right now. I'm serious. I want that jersey. That is awesome. Oh, Dick Allen is the best. He is the absolute best. Oh, that was a treasure of a treat. Thank you, Kimberly. And I'm sitting there. I know, I'm sorry. Belmo's up here. He takes care of the 10 pin. He does what he does, right? All right, 9 spare for Belmo. I'm looking at this on the approach. I'm like, there's like a head on the back of that jersey. Like, what the? And I'm like, it's not Wesley. Who the? Of course. I mean, like, honestly, like, if I hit the pause button, like, well, yeah, probably Dick Allen would be the guy, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, John. Can we just get a full rack on the right lane?
We're missing the 10 pin on the right lane.
Yeah.
See, now, listen, if I'm bowling, just keep that on the down low.
Yeah, especially since he's left back-to-back 10 pins already.
Right? Like, everything seems fine on the right lane. Let's go bowl.
I mean, it's a bit insulting, to be honest with you. Hey, Jason, you left the 10 pin in the first, the 10 pin in the second. We're just going to put a rack down that has no 10 pin.
Tell you what, we're gonna take care of that little problem for you, Mr. I'm on the Mount Rushmore of PBA. I'd be like, can you knock the 7 out too while you're at it?
Yep.
By the way, Belmo bowling on the left lane, and he's got his eye on the right lane.
Yeah. That pin carry's good so far in 3 frames. Wesley, he rips the can opens the rack on the right lane, leaves that shaker 4 pin, and then comes back and he trips the 3, he trips the 3 pin.
4 pin was shaking like it had hypothermia. Seven pin taking care of 93% of the time in those spare situations, those spare stats calculated, as always, Randy, by our partners
at Lane Talk. For more information, go to lanetalk.com. Did you say that pin was shaking like it had hypothermia?
Uh-huh.
That's brilliant.
It's almost as good as your malaria line. Wesley Lowe!
No.
7-10, hello.
No.
All right. It's got an opportunity to make me lose my mind.
Well, I was going to say the last one was made by one of your favorites, and he's also a southpaw.
The Ginger Assassin.
Yeah. Wesley using the same ball on both lanes.
There it is.
And look at that. Man.
There's so much to analyze in this picture, right?
Come on.
Really, 7
Come
pin?
on.
Can we put that picture up again?
Uh-oh.
No, I just want to take it. It's so cool. It's so cool to see young kids, right? Like hold on to these memories and go to these pro events.
Absolutely.
And say, like, this is what I want to do, man. I want to be like Randy Peterson. I want to bowl against a Jason Belmonte someday.
I can tell you where that was. It was at Fountain Bowl in Orange County.
Oh, I know Fountain Bowl. He missed it. Oh, Wesley.
Well, you can't miss single pin spares and expect to survive, and Wesley knows that.
That's back-to-back open frames for Wesley, and I'm going to go ahead and say the Fox Bet odds have just pivoted rather sharply towards Jason Belmonte, even though he doesn't have a strike yet. But he's got a 21-pin lead, about to add to it. There's your strike. There's your strike, Belmo.
Remember when we were on our Zoom call with him and he was talking about, you know, after last season, I was thinking about possibly cutting back my schedule, you know, maybe only bowling a couple of tournaments here and there, maybe a couple of majors. But he hated being away from the game. And he said, once again, he's excited like a rookie. He made a ball change on the left lane.
This is really kind of the first tournament he's played in almost a year. Talking about the nerves. The rookie gets another strike right there.
How about that ball change and that shot? Now, I think he can shape it a little bit more with that ball, even on the long pattern.
He's really picked up his gym workouts as well. We heard about that from Norm Duke.
Eating better?
Yeah, eating better, dedicating much more time into the gym. He used to like just kind of play tennis, squash, basketball regularly with his buddies. Oh, really? Another one?
Oh my goodness.
Wesley doesn't deserve this.
No.
I'll have a word with somebody about this. Oh, what is he waving to? What was
I don't
that?
know. Oh,
I mean, look at
when
this.
you leave a 5-pin, you put everybody puts their hand up.
Oh, nice.
Because if you miss it, you have to buy all those hands a drink.
Yeah. I mean, comb it in, Wesley. You're all right. Kids come a long way from that picture with you.
There was just this little tiny cute little kid just basically milling throughout all of the pros.
Right.
And he was so adorable at everybody. Like, come on down to the settee area while we're practicing, and you know, hey, can you throw it? Where's your ball? And we watched him throw balls down the lane, and it was so awesome. But he's just the cutest little kid, man, and everybody just fell in love with this kid. And then I didn't see him for like, I don't know, 15 years, and all of a sudden he's looks more like this guy.
Yeah. We talked to him about the goals, and he's like, I just want to do better than last year, and obviously this is a good start. But I love this. He said, you know, I've learned that the tour is a 3-year process. You get your butt kicked in, right? And you learn from getting, you know, things handed to you by guys like Belmo, and then you start kind of coming out of the haze, and you start getting some wins.
Yep.
Right? But right now it is Belmo in control of match number 2. He'll look to close out Wesley Lowe when our live coverage here on FS1 returns. We welcome you back to Bowlero Euless. He wrote that sign with 2 hands. Again, you bring a sign, Randy Peterson's putting you on television. Head on over to PBA.com right after the show. Subscribe to the PBA YouTube channel for the PBA post-show interviews, highlights, analysis, complete wrap-up of tonight's action. There we go. Now we get the full. Yeah, I see you. There it is. It's good. Got a little Ohio State fan in front of him, too.
You bring a sign, we make you shine.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah. Next Saturday night,
Yeah.
the national show here, the finals.
Bring
on
a side.
FS1 Euless. I think it's another big crowd coming for that one.
Well, you want to talk about how big a draw Jason Belmonte is?
Right.
You know, the last 2 days, the folks came in late. Like
LA late.
Yeah, like within 10 or 15 minutes of the start of the show.
Not so much time.
Today they were here well beyond an hour just to get a glimpse of this guy.
And this guy, Belmo, started match number 2 with 3 straight 9 spares. Since then, 3 straight strikes.
Rob, you want to see the difference in the 2 lanes?
John, come
Remember, we talked yesterday about that additional 6 feet in length. Well, he's going much straighter, obviously, with the red ball. That's your thing. He has to go straight with that. When the numbers come back up, we'll show you just the difference. Break point is different. 6 boards different there, and the launch is big 7 boards. Different launch position where the ball actually comes into contact with the lane surface.
Again, 2 different lane conditions. The left one longer than the right lane. Belmo on the left. The lead has swelled to 43. It's going to grow with this hambo! Again, Randy, who composed and who sang the Hambone song?
I think it's Alexi Lawless. I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
You actually introduced me to him one night.
We had a good night, didn't we?
Yeah. He is, what a great guy.
Tremendous human being.
Oh,
Did I tell you where I'm going to be next week? Minnesota, night game. USA men's national team World Cup qualifier live here on FS1.
indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Dress warm.
Yeah. U.S. could wrap up a berth in the World Cup.
I know how
which
much
is
you
live on Fox.
I know how much you love doing that. You're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Another open frame for Wesley. As much as I look forward to coming out here on the PBA tour,
Yep. You love your bowling as well.
it's been a fun 3 days. I love seeing young Wesley Lowe with Randy Peterson. We got another young Wesley Lowe, right, with Cortez. Look at that. Wesley continues to roll on out. Gets a strike right there. Frustrating day for the youngsters, but guess what? Jason Belmonte will frustrate any competitor. Belmo up 66. He's got 268, and he has got 4 straight strikes. He gets one here. You know what we're going to do, don't you?
Yeah.
There we go. 5 straight. So we've got
Wolverine?
ourselves a Pabst 6-pack alert. If Belmo strikes here, he's going to win $1,000, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. We're headed to Milwaukee for the World Series of Bowling in mid-March.
Yeah.
Come on, PBR, bring the people out, man.
Bring the wagons, man.
Maybe we could set up some lanes in the brewery. That'd be cool. Oh my God. Back over that 6-pack, Belmo! 6, baby! 6! A little PBR 6-pack, $1,000 goes in his back pocket. PBR is on Belmo tonight. This match over. I mean, how many of these shakers has he left this match?
Yeah.
At least 3, maybe 4.
He left his his luck back at the hotel. He's had 0 of that tonight.
He can't blame Dick Allen.
No. Hey, Rob, while we have a second, I want to give a quick shout out to a dear friend of bowling all over the world professionally, Bill Supper. On Tuesday, he'll be 1 year cancer-free.
Oh, nice.
So, Bill, man, that's awesome news. Thanks for sharing that. And keep fighting, brother. I got to give Wesley a little love. He just switched to a forged flare on that left lane the last couple of shots, and that's not that ball, that's a spare ball.
Is a good kid with a great attitude and a bright future.
You'll come back, all right?
Thank you. Belmo, though, in a blowout. He moves on to take on Jake Peters, who is undoubtedly the favorite for the neutrals in this one tonight, as we take a look at our odds to win. And again, Belmo, well, I wouldn't bet against Belmo very often, let's just put it that way, right? Peters is the favorite. Belmo might have something to say about that, and plenty more on Jake Peters' story next. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Kressler back here with you. The 2022 PBA Players Championship. This is the West Region Final. And take a look at your updated stepladder. The winner of our West Final tonight moves on to the National Championship show this Saturday night, prime time here on FS1. Let's bring the odds back up, and sometimes the readers fail me, and I fail myself. Belmo, of course, the favorite in this one.
Yeah.
So he's minus 400, so bet 400 to get 100 back on Belmo. And he's taking on your 2 seed, Jake Peters. And I mentioned, you know, the neutrals out there are going to be cheering for Jake, and you know the reason why he lost his wife.
I'm going to finish over there.
In May, Melissa, she was fighting an aggressive form of breast cancer. She gave it a hell of a fight, but ended up losing. They were married for 8 years, together for 10. And Melissa has passed on, but we had a great talk with Jake about it and said, you know, she was my biggest fan. She was my coach. She pushed me to be the best I could be. Still feels like this is something that we're doing together. We'll have more on that in a moment, but plenty of reason to cheer for Jake Peters.
Yeah, so very sad.
Belmo will start us off. The winner to take on your 1 seed, Jakob Butruff. Belmo with a 26-pin win and then a 97-pin route to get here.
Nope. Okay.
First time he started with a strike tonight.
Well, he didn't like this one. He probably felt it was a pinch inside the target, but it held its line. See the blue tracer just inside 4th arrow, probably right around 18-19 board.
Here's the 32-year-old Peters, 11th year on the tour, just 1 tour title.
He's got to hook a lotto.
Well, he knew it needed a hook in.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, and he's going to start on that right lane with a ball called the Zenith Hybrid. And whether or not he stays in it will be determined after probably the next shot he throws on that lane. It would seem like everything except urethane would get back from that spot.
All right.
Cleans that one up. Belmo starts with a strike. Peters starts with a spare. Jake was the only nominee for the 2021 PBA Steve Nagy Sportsmanship Award winner. It's voted on exclusively by National Touring PBA Tour professionals. As you take a look at the list of all the award winners, we saw Matt Russo put up quite a show last night. We had Kyle Troop Saturday. And Warren Eels, the work he did to help our international bowlers get over here and compete on the best tour in the world, the PBA Tour.
Black Widow Ghost for Peters on the left lane. So two different bowling balls, and
It's got to be softer.
you heard him say it's got to be softer, and that's because of the length of that pattern. See if Belmonte's going to stay into urethane on the right lane, or if he's going to go and make the big move with reactive resin. You know, and that's kind of what we've seen over the weekend, where the players, you know, for 2 games or so, 2, maybe 3, they stay with that urethane, it pushes oil down the lane, and they jump way inside.
Missed it.
Yeah, it's just, I gotta slow down.
how many single pin spare conversions have we seen?
A lot.
Airmail today.
A lot.
Not today, the last 3 days.
A lot.
I mean, more than like an entire season of broadcasts.
It seems like an extraordinary amount,
Doesn't it?
Yeah. He's staying with the urethane.
For now. I don't think he's overly satisfied with those last 2 strikes, though. Yes, the result is there. I feel like he goes back with a little question in his mind.
I think this one was okay.
Okay.
But I think that he felt like he got away with one on the left lane.
Definitely.
But I think this one he's good with.
All right. You're the Hall of Famer.
Well, it's, you know, when you're using that urethane ball, because the surface is so rough, the first thing you start looking for is when that ball starts to hook early. And that's when you have to get out of the urethane and go to reactive resin. That looks better.
Messenger scoots in front of the 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, he sure looks sharp, though, doesn't he? Dialed in.
100%. And we knew it.
So you know how many times he's missed the pocket in 2 games in 3 frames?
I'm going to go 0.
0.
And he's taking care of all his spares, too.
0.
0.0.
Lost his mic pack.
I didn't do it.
There you go. Pass the buck. Pass the buck fast. You know what's coming up next at the top of the hour?
Yeah, I gotta slow down.
Tell me.
We got some Big East basketball coming your way. St. John's at Seton Hall from beautiful Walsh Gymnasium in South Orange, New Jersey. My guy, Pat Lyons, I know he's watching bowling right now, ahead of his Pirates. Bardia, I know you're watching bowling. The great Bob Lee, can't wait for their Pirates to hit the hardwood to take on St. John's. You know who's on the call? The legend, Bill Raftery. Have you ever met Raf?
I never have,
Oh,
no,
we
but
gotta
he
make that
is.
happen.
He's classic.
Oh my God, he's the best. It will be a late night though.
Get there, get there!
There you go, Jakey. So after a 9-spare open frame, he gets his first strike there in the 3rd, but he's already down 21.
Well, this one took its time coming around the corner, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Got just enough of it.
Again, this is your 2 seed in the West. Jakob Butruff, your 1 seed. Winner will stay here in Texas and bowl Saturday night in prime time on FS1. That one looked nice too. So Jake has got it back now. There you go. He's got the crowd behind him. He's got Uncle Mo in his corner now. But it's Belmo, your favorite, according to Fox Bet, still up 11.
I've just noticed something.
Go on.
His routine. So his usual routine is picking the ball up off of the ball return, putting one leg on the ball return, setting the leg, or setting the ball on the leg, and then looking down lane, kind of visualizing, and then going.
Take a rewrite.
It looked to me like that time he just grabbed his ball, wiped it, and went. Let's see. Watch this this pre-shot routine here.
Yeah, and one thing just to keep in mind, though, and a lot of people maybe not aware of this, there is a shot clock out there. And the shot clock, let's just say, it was softly abused yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of shot clock violations. So maybe he's just picking up that pace a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
So another double for Belmo. You know what the 5th frame is, don't you, Randy?
It's
The beer frame,
yeah, the beer
sponsored
frame.
by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Grabs a Pabst Grabst today, and please drink responsibly. Do you know how to spell Grabst?
It's like Pabst with a G.
G-R-A-B-S-T.
Take the P out,
Yep.
and then Grabst.
Yep,
you know,
Grabst.
something like that.
The Pabst.
Take the
today.
the P out, and then put a GR, and then,
Yes, you're right.
yeah,
That was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
I just Googled it.
All right, Jakey looking for 3 in a row. He'll get it.
Wow.
All right, so this match starting to tighten up.
Very fortunate to catch that one, but it's 3 in a row and keeping himself in it.
There's that shot clock there, bottom right, and yeah, there's a shot clock violation. It's not like the possession goes to the other team, right? Like in college basketball coming up next, but
Yeah.
there will be a fine.
Well, you know, I don't know what the fines are anymore. It used to be you got a warning, and then the next offense was 100, then it went to 200, then it went to 500.
Oh, God.
Yep. See ya.
Yeah, never came back.
Well, and here's why, Rob.
That's it? Oh, thank God.
I mean, that's a big miss
3.
there. That's about 8 boards to the right of his previous shot, and look at that thing hydroplane, because they're really slick out there.
Yeah, never came home. Lights came on the streets, but nobody's coming home.
Yeah, that's when you normally get into trouble.
1-2-4, cleaned up 87.5% of the time on the tour.
Get a lotto.
Second open frame for Jake. It had that momentum, strikes in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and then bam, an open frame right between the eyes. Belmo, your 4 seed, looking for his 3rd straight win and a berth in the West Region Finals. We'll wrap up match number 3 next. The on-lane graphics you are witnessing tonight, including the ball tracer Randy, they are courtesy of
Clutch Bowling. The online graphics you see. It's courtesy
Yeah, I said all that.
of Clutch Bowling. Yeah. Did you know that that was courtesy of Clutch Bowling?
I'm aware of it now.
All right.
All right, Belmo plus 26. He gets set to close out the 6th. College basketball, St. John's at Seton Hall coming your way at the top of the hour. Triple for Belmo.
Now he still has a little bit of room in the right shape with that urethane ball, as you can see by strike track. So he's going to stay with it. He's going to dance with the one he brung.
Where does he sit in the conversation of all-time greatest?
Well, Norm Duke said he was the greatest player he's ever seen. Said he was the best ever. I think, you know, you have to kind of take into consideration how much a major championship is worth in terms of titles, and players used to say it's worth 1.5 titles.
He's won 13 majors. Hambone for Belmo. Major titles, first all time. As you mentioned, more than half of his tour titles are majors.
There we go.
Oh, that one came back. That one came back nice, Jake.
I mean, continuing the conversation, Walter Ray Williams Jr. won 47 times.
Right. He's in the conversation.
You can't, yeah, he has to be.
100%.
I mean, now, do you put Duke in that conversation? Doing what he's doing at age 57? So he only has 40 titles.
I mean, he's in it. He's at least enough to be debated.
I think it's too early to crown.
I agree.
Jason the best ever. I think that if he bowls well into his mid-40s and he continues to have
He is 38
somewhat
right now, 13th year on the tour.
Yeah, so give him 7 more years and continuing to win majors. I mean, this guy could win 20 majors.
Right. Then it's not even a conversation.
Then I think the conversation's over.
Yep. All right, Jake, 2 in a row. He takes a seat. Belmo steps up, plus 36. Belmo with 7 strikes in our opening match, including a pair of 3-baggers. In our second match, he had a 246, had a 6-pack, but those were his only strikes.
Yeah.
He has 6 already, looking for 7 in this match alone.
All right, so watch the 7-pin. Tell me if this was a block or a charge.
Let's ask Rex Chapman.
Block or charge?
Rex is going to go block. I love this reaction from Belmo, right? Yeah, that's I'm back. That energy is back. That dominance is back. That's why I barked out a long time ago. He's the greatest. And he's showing it here tonight. Well on his way to a 3rd straight win tonight, but you only remember the winners, right? Jakob Butruff is your 1 seed waiting for him.
Oh, that's good.
Messenger! Yeah! Kick it out! Get in the pit, 10-pin! Get with your mates down there!
Well, this is just dirtier than a truck stop bathroom, that messenger coming over and filleting the 10.
6. Yeah, I did the math for you, buddy. 6 again. Another 6-pack cracked open from Belmo. If he had nerves coming into this one, I think he's just teeming with confidence right now. This is going to be another walk-away win. Comfortable.
It's sure heading in that direction.
And that's why this place is packed. They're going to be packed again Saturday night, whether Belmo's here or not. But if he's here, start selling extra tickets.
What do you mean, mucking around with it? Okay.
Peter's looking for 3 in a row and finding it.
Good shot there by Jake. You saw earlier Belmonte going over and talking with his tour rep, Sean Ryan, and I barely heard some of it. I'll tell you about it right after this promo.
Yep, coming your way this weekend, Sunday, Randy. It's the NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax Live on Fox. Do you have any stake in this game? Do you care about this one at all?
Just slightly.
Niners, Rams, Sunday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Matthew Stafford. The Rams win it?
I mean, Sean McVay's got to figure something out in a hurry because they're getting their behinds whipped by the 49ers.
Oh, my goodness. I see what you're doing.
I mean,
Reverse
6
psychology.
straight. 6 straight.
Much better.
That fooled even Jake.
6-pack, no dice. Wow. Scooted.
6 total strikes for Peters, but 2 open frames for your 2 seed. And again, you know, the ability to bounce back after the tragedy that
Thank you, guys.
he endured in May, losing his wife, Melissa, after 8 years of marriage, and has the utmost respect from everybody on the tour, and to see him get on the show so quickly in this season,
Yeah.
it warms us up, and it's got to be a good boost for him to kind of start trying his best to move on, as difficult as that must be.
Well, for those folks that don't know Jake Peters, I can tell you he's a true gentleman. A pleasure to be around. He's just an awesome guy. And the tragedy hit all of us so hard. I wasn't close to Melissa. I knew of her, but obviously I knew Jake, and you know, it was horrific news.
Yeah.
But, you know, this community sticks together, and they all pulled together and came to his aid when he needed the most.
He said, when I'm playing, it's when I feel like I communicate with her the most, that they're still in this together. It was great. He was talking about, he still gets these vibes, these instances of, I need her, and boom, somehow, somewhere, she's there, whether it's calming his heart rates or giving him that boost that he needs mentally. So we're cheering on Jake as his career continues to roll on, but his night is done, and Mr. Belmonte with another convincing runaway type win here.
Belmo looking at a couple of different balls here in the 10th frame. I think the urethane might be done, but we'll have to wait and see.
278, 194. 84-pin win. There's your odds. So Belmo slid in as a favorite.
You guys was early, right?
Yeah.
And your title match in the West coming up next. It's been a 2-year title drought for that man, Jakob Butruff. Can your 1 seed end that in Texas? Here's your 4 regional winners so far here at the PBA Players Championship. Tommy Jones, Mr. Fa before that, winning on Saturday. Sean Rash taking the Midwest. And the Southwest going to Arturo Quintero. So those 4 plus the winner of our next match off to the PBA Players National Championship Show presented by Snickers. The final coming your way this Saturday night live on FS1. Will it be Belmo or will it be Butruff? There, 1 versus 4 coming up next. Kimberly is going to, this is me stalling, can you tell? There she is, standing by with our 1 seed, Jakob Butruff.
He had to finish his practice shots, huh, Jakob? So let's talk about the fact that before we did pre-show interviews, you had said, listen, I feel like I'm the 2019 Jakob again. Elaborate on that.
So 2019 was an amazing year, and 3 career titles, including a major, and I was another major short to the guy that I had to bowl against. So 2019 all over again. Hats off to Jason. Came this far so far. It's going to be a good match.
You guys have met up in this position once before, or several times, actually. You looking forward to it again?
Absolutely. I got to get my redemption somehow.
Good luck.
Love it. So Butruff was up for Player of the Year in 2019, but it's his opponent next, Jason Belmonte, that won it, and Belmo won it the year after. Maybe a little early marker being laid down for Player of the Year. Who wins this showdown in the West? The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Get cash out of your home's equity with a cash-out refi from Guaranteed Rate. Learn more at rate.com. Oh, look at the energy, huh? Look at these fans at Euless Bowlero. Did you see that guy in the front row?
I did.
He's losing his mind.
Yeah.
1 versus 4 for your West Region title. Butruff, Belmo, a little tail of the tape right there. Winner off to the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. Saturday night prime time here on FS1.
Did you say West Region? It's almost like you were trying to say toy boat 3 times real fast.
Did I say that?
It kind of sounded a little bit like, you know, I was like West Region. Yeah, it's kind of like toy boat, right? Sure, a little bit.
Sure. That's how you start, Belmo.
All business like. You want to know something about this guy today? Or excuse me, tonight? He hasn't missed the pocket all night.
Bowling out of AMF Mesa Lanes in Mesa, Arizona, Jakob Butruff.
8 years as a pro, 7 tour titles, 1 major. That major, the USBC Masters in Vegas back in 2019.
He's going with the purple hammer right out of the gate, and that's his go-to.
He's got that unique style, and oh my goodness, how about this for a test in the first?
Two, 4, 6, 7, 10. He's going to try to get the ball over to the left side of this 2-pin. Cut that 2 into the 6-10, and then the ball will take out the 4 and the 7.
Open frame to start. If you're going to have one, obviously the first frame is where you want to do it, if you must.
And especially if you're this guy. I mean, this guy can throw more strikes than anybody out on tour. But it's the others, you know. It's the last shot that we just saw. Sometimes with Jake, you're not sure what you're going to get. But when he's got it going, I mean, I'm not sure there's anybody on tour that strikes as much as he does.
And he's got it going now. Clean that up over there on the left lane.
Does Belmonte go to reactive? Take a look at Jake's beautiful style. Beautifully different. That big long slide and
beautifully different.
Yeah, it's really a different way to throw it.
I mean, wrists are not designed to do that.
No, they're not designed to bend that way. Staying with the urethane. Wow, I didn't think it would last 4 games.
That's why it's lasting 4 games.
I used to throw a lot of urethane, Rob, back in the 80s.
80s. Good decade for music and urethane.
It's a little different type of urethane than it was back then. The core's dynamically stronger, and then the cover stock is a better, stronger urethane than what we used to use back then. But big difference between that black ball and the ball he's using on this left lane.
Opening 3-bagger for Belmo. He takes a seat. The lead's at 32 early. Three second-place finishes last season for Jake. Again, though, his last title came in the year 2019 here in the state of Texas in Lubbock. Kimberly talked to him about that 2019 where he won 3 titles, including a major, was up for Player of the Year. Wow, he might have 2 open frames in the first 3 here in our Western final.
He didn't like it immediately off his hand, and he's gone through the nose twice on that right lane. He's paid for it both times, so this time he's going to try to get the ball over here to the right side of the 6 and cut it into the 7.
Just under 11% of the time it's made on the tour. Slightly harder for the lefties to
I think
convert
so.
this. Open frame. You give Jason Belmonte 1 open frame, you're dancing with the devil.
Yeah.
You give him 2, you're going home with the devil. Come on. A little shaking again.
Having trouble getting there. And that's something that'll make you start sweating a lot. Because of the guy you're going up against, he's not going to give you any breathing room.
And Jake never allowed himself to really get into this one. Gotta clean that. Gotta clean that up, so he does. That's his first spare. 2 marks, 2 open frames.
That might be a sign.
Of a ball change?
Yeah, I mean, again, I spoke of it earlier. When the urethane starts to check early and it starts to go high, then it may be time, because now if he moves off of that and he throws a good shot and it goes light, then it's definitely time to get out of the urethane ball.
98% of the time on the tour, the 4-pin dropped. Opening three bagger.
Take a re-rack.
Now a 9 spare as he re-racks, waiting for the 5th.
Well, just to show you how accurate Jason Belmonte has been from his last match, take a look at these numbers. Yeah, 10 of 12 strikes in that last match. For the night, he hasn't got anything less than 9 on any shot he's thrown.
It's been a comprehensive performance from him so far. Up 43 after 4.
Oh, geez.
Didn't like this one, though.
Well, that's an absolute gigantic miss left. He missed by so far that he just left the 5-pin. But if he covers this, which he should, it still looks like 9 spare on the sheet, right? On the score sheet.
That's all I'm going to see.
Right?
Yep. So 2 straight 9 spares for Belmo. Business as usual if you're looking at the score sheet, but you get the sense changes are coming. Here comes Jake. Open frame first, strike in the 2nd. Open frame 3rd, 9 spare in the 4th. He has got to string some strikes together starting now.
That's a mark.
Well, that would look like it had a little more trust to it, because it definitely got a little wider down the lane. Is he lip syncing?
He is, 100% he is. I always think that's a good sign, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I think his slow start has probably loosened him up right now. And he can smile and say, like, all right, this one's going to be really tough. This is not a grinder out. This is up to Belmo to kind of cough something up. Just keep doing this, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. Get your comfort level back. Get your confidence up. Get the smile going. Good kid. I know you got a soft spot for him.
He's a good kid. He really is. Yeah, he's giving it some room now. Definitely open up his angles.
So let's see what Belmo does here. We've seen that ball before.
If this doesn't strike, I think he's out of it. Again, he's going to stay with a couple more shots.
No, just this one.
So his 4th strike of this match. The winner to move on to the PBA Players Championship National Show. Saturday night here on FS1. College basketball coming up in about 10 minutes or so. St. John's at Seton Hall. Pirates trying to get themselves back into the top 25. Bartender.
One more.
Yes, sir.
Make it a double.
You got it.
That's for you, Raph.
One shot.
All right, let's see if Jake can cut into this deficit. He can cut it to 22 with 2 more strikes, and I think he might like what he just found.
Come on, get there.
It did.
So hat trick of strikes right there.
I know he's from Tempe. Are those Sun Devil colors on his jersey?
They look like it. That
Think
maroon,
so.
that gold.
Yeah. Come on, go!
Oh, really? Leaves the 9.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's a showstopper right there.
Yeah, had so much momentum. 3 in a row, starting to close that gap. Post-game show coming up on the PBA's YouTube channel as well. We'll definitely be talking about Belmo's return. We're going to hear from Belmo live on the broadcast when this one is done. Also going to hear from Jakob. All that before Big East basketball. Belmo in the 8th. Working on a double. Let's make it a triple.
Eyes got real big on that one.
John, can I please take my secondary rack?
Strike here and it's all over.
Look at the winning strike.
Oh, man, maybe we can try it again. Well, one of the best performances I've seen in a while.
He really grew into it today. You know, started with that 238.
Yeah.
Elevated it to a 246.
Yeah.
Last game against Jake Peters, shot it up to a 278. It's going to be a little under that this time, but...
Sucks being top seed sometimes.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, but the top seed here, how
all
many?
but one top seed
all
is
but
one.
One has gotten in.
Until now, it's going to be 2.
Right.
All right, so the Southwest and the West will not be 1-by-1 seeds.
But, I mean, Jacob's right. Typically, the 1 seed is below 500.
This satisfying moment of the match brought to you by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Love to see that fire, man. Love to see that fire back in Belmo.
Boy, if you thought there was any rust.
Right?
Somebody just...
now, 10 months off?
Yeah, somebody got the wire brush out.
10 months off? I'm sorry, you want to knock me off the throne? You want to do that?
Thank you, Liz.
Nope.
Thank you, guys.
And Jakob, thank you. Your 1 seed in the West slides out with a 194. Same score Jake Peters had last match. And Belmo.
How about the way this...
4 straight wins.
Yeah. But how about the way the finals are going to shape up for next week? Belmo, Tommy Jones, Sean Rash. You want to talk about fireworks?
Yeah. Keeps it going, does Belmo.
There's no rust. No rust there, buddy.
None.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting any. Maybe we saw a hint of it in the first with a 238. Had a couple of 3-baggers, but I know.
Competition is competition.
You
know that.
Something reignited. You know, that layoff, that time at home, that missing this sport that he loves so much. It's back. You know, this is the Belmo that we saw in 2020, where he's the player of the year. He's running over people. The guy we saw in 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a major? Excuse me. and maybe not even saying excuse me there, like get out of my way.
Right.
Because it's a major, and I'm going to be in the hunt. And he's in the hunt right now for another major. He's in the final 5. Talked about those nerves. I think the nerves were there. They evaporated quickly. And instead, it's muscle. It's power, it's intimidation, it's stamina.
All right, buddy. We'll see each other again.
And it was just an absolute force. 31 of 45 frames for him.
Thank you, Bill and Barbara, Chris Smithsong, Dave Sims. Thank you to Vice. Thank you to Coolwick. Thank you to 3G. Thank you to everyone. It's good to be back. I'm loving being here, especially with this. Thank you very much, Della.
So the bracket is complete for Saturday night show, 8:30 Eastern, right here on FS1. It is the PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. Graham Fa from the East, TJ, the Hall of Famer from the South, Sean Rash from the Midwest, Arturo Quintero from Mexico City, Mexico, your Southwest winner. And now we can add Jason Belmonte to the list. Kimberly standing by with our 2 Western finalists.
Thanks, Rob. So, Jacob, let's start with you. It looks like you're going to have to find redemption another day against this guy over here. But let's talk about that match, because you started off a little strong. You had 2 open frames in the first 4 frames, 2 open pins in the first 4 frames. But then you started to strike. What changed for you?
Just wasn't comfortable the first couple of shots. Pulled one and finally got under my own feet, and fortunately got a bad break late in the match. And you know, when Jason's striking, he's pretty hard to beat. So maybe one day I'll get my redemption. You
seemed a little frustrated out there, and I can understand why. So how do you wipe the slate clean and move on from this?
Tomorrow's a new day. Jason's obviously off to go bowl for a major, but tomorrow's a new day. If I was bowling a different tournament tomorrow, I would just wipe this clean and go in fresh tomorrow.
Congratulations on making this far. Jason, congratulations for you for winning. So let's talk about your matches, because you climbed the step ladder here, and you didn't seem to have any issues with this double pattern. Why is that? What was working for you?
Yeah, well, between Jim Callahan and Sean Ryan, we developed a bit of a game plan, and I was really committed to it. When we started to see some of the changes that needed to be made, we made them quickly, and then it was really just up to me to make sure I hit what I was looking at. And I think of the 4 games, I think I missed what I was looking at once and went Brooklyn, and then every other shot, I was pretty happy with.
And what was that game plan?
Yeah, well, for the right lane, we wanted to stay a little further right, keep the ball in play, and just try and, stay clean on that lane until the lanes opened up a little bit. On the left lane, we knew it was going to be a pretty high-scoring lane, so I wanted to strike a lot. And once that ball stopped striking, it was time to get into another one that did. Luckily for me, though, the ball that I thought I was playing safe with just kept striking, so I kept throwing it.
Well, you just took this #1 seed, and now you're moving on to the finals. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, look, when I was at home watching the boys bowl on tour, I hated it. I hated watching them. I wanted to be here so badly. And now that I had an opportunity, I thought, well, hey, you get 4 games on TV as an opportunity. That's a lot of games on TV to come back to. So why don't you try and climb the ladder and just have a little fun? And I did. I'm loving it. I'm feeling great. I'm very happy.
You look like you were having fun out there. Congratulations on this win.
Thank you. Best company in the world.
Folks love to have that conversation. The is blank back?
Yeah.
Down the road in Austin, we've been saying for years, hey, is Texas football back or the Longhorns back? Well, we started off the show by saying Belmo is back. But listen, that was kind of marketing. That was kind of sales. That was kind of optimism.
Right.
What you saw from him tonight, are you saying to yourself, Belmo's back?
Man, I mean, he missed the pocket once in 4 games. It was just one errant shot. It was a big miss. But, I mean, he aced every shot. Other than that, I mean, it was, what was the number? 31 out of what?
31 out of 45 frames were strikes. Yeah, I mean, the facial expressions.
He looks so good, right? I mean, like I said, no rust.
Better than you thought you would see him tonight.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought there would be a mixture of maybe a little rust and some nerves. I didn't see any of that.
Belmo is back. Welcome back, Jason Belmonte. Watch out, PBA Tour, right? This is a guy, and oh, by the way, I want to remind you, it's a major, and nobody's won more majors than Jason Belmonte. He'll have a chance to add to that list. He'll go for his 14th major live Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern, right here on FS1. He is the gentleman coming out of the West to see the 4 others
That Belmo right there will be bowling against Saturday night here on FS1. Was Belmo going to be back? Answer, yes.
Emphatically yes.
100% yes.
Yeah.
Watch out, PBA Tour. Yes, coming up next, Big East basketball. A late start, St. John's at Seton Hall. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. More bowling coming your way next Saturday night. But up next, Big East college basketball from Seton Hall.